Hey guys, sup, how we doing? Uh, would you believe I have not run a single map since yesterday? So we are still broke, unless the Conquer Idol sold. In which case, all these Scarabs we where? Oh yeah, my PC restarted by itself yesterday, didn't it? I don't have a weekend trade open. Okay, now it's open. Anyways, all this stuff we did yesterday, or we plan to do, we might just waste most of those. Ho 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 ho. Yeah, boy. Let's go. So how much are these idols going for now? Did they go up in price? Or are they still the same price? Kind of curious. Holy shit, what? 40 fucking divines. God damn, man. Should have kept it. Should have fucking kept it for inflation. What the fuck is that? Only for 20 divines? Wait, how much is Life Force if it's that expensive? 11k. Now I'm scared to check. Oof. Jeremiah Divine now. 20 will go for 26. Yowzers. I don't got 26 divines. Yeah, I don't got 26 divines. Okay. So we're still farming non-awakening. Holy, that is a price hike and a half. So wait, the idol I checked, the idols I was recoming yesterday, and this is why I was recoming yesterday, or part of why. The other reason why I was recoming yesterday was just because I wanted it sooner rather than later. But like, that is a disgusting price. I'm pretty sure the components to make it have also gone up in price. It wouldn't be 3D a pop anymore. Sure, but like 5 at this point. Like, Jesus Christ, man, that is insane. Holy, what is that damage? Okay, one of you just had to do it, eh? Okay. I was told to check out the Diablo live stream today. I haven't actually looked at it. So I'm going to subject you guys to it at some point. Don't worry. We're all in this together. If it's us, then it's us. But I assume I was told to check it out because it's not, or at least it's not completely us. So we'll see. Can we make it in time? Yoink.
This way, Exile.
Blues into purples into...
I have nothing more to give.
Okay. This map has something very spicy. I don't know what it is, but it's spicy. Okay, I have the video on my other monitor. I will play it. Oh, so you guys were just invone your bitches. All right. That's how you want to play it. All right. All right. All right. We can do that. Now, who is the person who made you all invone? Where are you at? I think you already did. Because if you weren't, I would fucking kill you. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. Can't complain. Had a long day at work. Just staring at the clock, waiting for time to go. Wait. Okay. But overall, can't complain too much. How are you doing?
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Oh Jesus. Whew. Now that we're done with blues, we go into purples. Yo, if you wilt, do not wilt. Thank you. Appreciate you. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that about settles the yellows being insane for this run. Nope. Eight wild bristle matrons. We most definitely do not want to be in the plot when they spawn. Look at them. All right, time for the yellows. Doing okay, kind of lost on what you want to do. Are you done with your strength stacker? If so, how much strength did you end up getting to? The way I see Frisia is it's not the time to actually force the playtime, because you know PoE1 is right around the corner. But other than that, there are two things that are the biggest appeals for Frisia. You're either in it for the farming strats or in it for the unique builds. So maybe something that is unique to Frisia. I know I was theory crafting a build before. Could maybe try to send that Hallowed Monarch on Paladin with Perfect Alchemist, Druidic Alchemist, link gameplay, give them plus proj. They have increased effect of flasks, so that plus increased effect of flask on your ascendancy might stack. I don't remember if it's on you or if it's just increased effect of flasks. I assume it's not on you, so. But that's on magic flask, so there's also some anti-synergy there. I haven't really thought that one through too hard. But the idea was giving them Giga plus Proj and figuring out like flask, sustain, and all that. $3.2k strength. Sheesh.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Insane. How'd you feel about the build overall, though? Did you enjoy the process and all that? Great damage. Okay. Sup, Arcane?
Sup?
Good. Running a quick mac. Seeing that the idol I sold for 19D shot up to 40D overnight. So I'm just like, maybe I should have kept it. But other than that, pretty good. I'm actually pretty good. Looking forward to being able to use Awakened Scarab soon. I got the 19D thinking I'll be able to get a full set of 20, just to realize those shit are not 2060 per 20. So they went from being 82C, which was like less than half, like about half a chaos, if not less, to being a divine as of yesterday, and now they're 1.3 divines, 1.3 divines per one. So they are shooting up in price, but like what juice is still giga expensive. So I'm happy that I have this my current set that I can just spend 15 chaos on, and I will keep it. In case it ends up being like profit margin and all that, but I think the other one is just, it has way too many multipliers to just not be way better than this. You want to see a funny POB? Shoot it. What kind of POB are we talking about here? All right, let's see. After that, we're going to check out the Diablo anniversary spotlight. This is the one, right? Yeah, 2 hours ago. It's the one. You felt squishy? How much health did you have? I assume, I mean, you were strength stacking, so you had Giga life already. But in terms of other defensive layers, you weren't going links or anything, so you could have used specters for different bonuses. Holy ES, what the fuck? Why 31k ES? Is this a rallying cry build or something? Why so much ES? Look at AG's item. Does he have a... Oh, he has an ephemeral's edge. Okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense now. So ES stacking give the AG... I closed it so I didn't have to reconfigure it to get the numbers back. Giga ES stacking to give him flat lightning and then go off of that. Makes sense. So you gave him an ephemeral's edge, so it's killed off ES. Then you proceeded to use a Shaper's Touch, so you got Giga ES, which is strength. Geoffrey's Sanctuary, so you got ES per strength. 14 mil DPS. I mean, this is huge ES, but resistance is 8 shit for the uniques. What auras are you using? I assume you have LE, Purity of Elements. Yeah. Purity of Elements, Discipline, Clarity. Not CI because of obvious reasons. You're reserving against life, right? Or you're not low life. So this is still the strength stacker, but with an ES twist, right? So you're still giving your AG the other items that made up the strength stacker. So helmets, gloves. What is this? Charges when you block, recover ES when you block. Is this so he got charges? And I assume that means you weren't bone offering. Oh, this is how you salt phasing. Not a bad idea. So you gave him phasing through this. Probably the ephemeral, so he got like 30-something% more elemental damage on average. Repentance, which is Iron Will. You skipped out on the other one, the Iron Fortress, was it? If the helmet is the Baron, why not try getting more? Here's an idea. Wouldn't you be better off getting some res in here? Like swapping out the Aberon's Warpath. I know it's increased strength, but that would take down your strength, but give you resistances. What does this do? Increase ES per strength when in offhand. Increase armor per strength, mana per strength when in main hand. Do you have mana for ES on the Watchers? Yeah, you do. You have flask to solve res, but the thing with the flask is you have Meginord's girdle instead of Mage Blood. If you went Mage Blood, then 100%. But like, so here's my thought process. If you can get your res solved and you can get overcapped on res, like if you were to just drop this for a Mage Blood as an example, and you oversolved your res using the Mage Blood, then you could potentially go for a bone melt like I'm doing on my build and get a lot of increased ES from it, and you might end up net ahead on ES simply because of bone melt. Of course, with bone melt you can go like summon phantasms alongside zombies and try to go off of like just stacking minion numbers, but that's obviously more negative res to deal with. So there will be a balance to see, but because of that, I can see you don't have too much increased ES from the tree, but I assume you have a lot of increased ES anyways from other sources. Yeah, you do. Almost 800. I guess at that point it's very diluted, so there really isn't a reason to do it. Because like if you get 50 minions, let's say, like I have, that is 200% increase ES. That is a decent amount of ES, but that is not so much ES that it's worth the res pressure, I think. So that is a counter side to that as well. So you have 11% on reserve mana, and that ends up being 971. That's funny. You did that on the chaos version. This was the lazy gameplay. How did this feel? Because like you feel tanky, but anything that even remotely reduces your reses makes you feel worse. And even at this, I'm still just not a fan of having DR left on the table. Easy DR too. You don't have early. Okay, you do. You do have early res suffix. Okay. And then this is your coruscating. So if you're clearing, you have capped res, but the moment you're on single target, you don't. When flats are up, it's good, but if not, it's Molten Self-Graph to help with the defenses. I mean, A for effort. I like the idea. Go Strength Stacker, that solves your increased damage by ton, and then go ES Stacker to solve your flat damage as well. And then you can just use Shaper's Touch on your character to make it so you have Giga ES with all the strength you now have. Among other things. But yeah, I think I would drop certain things like maybe these Joffreys, or like one of them. Probably this one has to go. Probably Joffrey's would go, so that I could get a lot of res. I can understand why you went for the Farborn version, which is ES per strength when in offhand, but why did you go for the main hand? For the manas? For your offhand? For your Watcher's Eye? This was the chaos. Okay, you didn't POB the AG's item. Severed in sleep. When you say chaos, you mean your AG was supposed to do chaos damage or something else? I see envy, so I assume so. With Sever didn't sleep. AG void manipulation. Okay, so he is doing. Oh, this is replica Alberon. So this is the. This was the stable version. Is what you mean. This one giving some extra strength all around. Oh, you did it. You did the travel thing to get split personalities. Whenever I do split personalities, I never bother going the backwards routes. Now, granted, I get less from my split personalities, but I always feel like it's a lot of investment for the extra strength, and typically, for at least for zombies, you don't care to get as like literally as high of strength as you can get. But I guess with AG, you just want as much as you can.
Maybe I didn't make that as much money as I thought. If after buying for 100 maps, I'm out of money again.
Last time you didn't run
upgrades.
Yeah, but you didn't run your 100 maps last time, did you?
No, I didn't.
Exactly. So you use the profit to invest in more maps, which is fine. Well, you don't think? It's code over sustaining. You went for, why did you go for increased life and mana here? You life stack too for the unique shield? Yeah, I would have done the unique shield as well. Like this is how I would have approached the strength stack. I'd have gone pseudo strength and life stacking, so that I mean the life portion is just free flat damage because he can now use the unique weapon that came out last link, the Grey Wind, I think, as well as the offhand using my life, and then all his increased damage is solved using the strength from the strength bonuses. The jewel makes it 7%, so it's the best single small like node. The jewel, this jewel, oh, increase effect of passive, increase effect of, oh, this is might of the meek. Okay, so you don't want notables in the region. Okay, I get it. So this one is not 5%. It ends up being 7.5%. Might be 7% after rounding down, if they round this down. I don't fully know if they do. Don't remember. Why might of the meek though? Just for the strength? Strength and life? Question mark? It's 15 strength. Yes, it is. How much strength is this giving? You're giving 64 strength. Not bad. Dex was low. Okay, that's fair. Your dexterity should become like 15, right? This should be plus 15 dex. Yeah. Plus 5 dex anyways. Pretty cool. Torment Rock. Oh, this is a res and life on block stick, I assume. Why did you go increase damage per 100 and do you care about your damage? Nothing good. Does Intimidate take the same spots as minion damage? I assume so. Would I feel like one of these could be, do you hit enemies at all? Bladefall is considered a hit, right? It should be. Yeah, it does hit. So I'm thinking you could potentially use this to... Well, Intimidate is with Unnerve, but you might be able to use Exposure on it. Like, you might be able to get Exposure. I guess you don't need Exposure. Your Chaos damage, so you don't need Exposure. Exposure would be on the other side of Intimidate, I think. One of them has minion damage. It's a POB from day one. This is day one? Holy. You went 3 rings. Interesting. All right. So wait.
Text me my phone when you actually start reacting to the video.
I'm about to start.
Alright, I'll just put you up.
Okay, it's a POB from one day last week. Okay. So it's not the final POB, it's just it was the last checkpoint you recorded. All right, we're going to be looking at what this anniversary spotlight is. I don't know why I'm liking it yet. We'll see. Anyways, the person who recommended I watch it was Arcane, if you didn't know. So we'll see how it goes. And he thinks there's something interesting here for me. I think D4 overall as a game is not a bad game. I just think I'm not happy. I don't like how aggressive they are with their monetization, I guess. And B, I feel like aside the expansions, they go into maintenance mode, it feels like. Now I am speaking from probably a few seasons ago, so like I don't know the current state. Like I didn't play last league, and I don't think I played the one before that. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd be skipping multiple Diablo 4 leagues, but like that's just the situation. But we'll see. If the expansion looks promising, I mean, I will play it and I'll stream it and all that. But let's see what the anniversary spotlight is. What bomb specters? Bomba. Frostbearers? Question mark? Or is this a different one? Let me know if the volume is fine for you guys, by the way. Can always make adjustments. Okay, how about we do this? Let's take this volume down a bit. We need to go somewhere that actually can pause. Nope. I feel like this would be loud. Okay. Actually, it's fine. Oh, Dark Marionettes. Oh, so you're going live stacking. Live stacking explode. Okay, how about this? I think I might just close PoE. All right, we'll close PoE and we'll reopen it later. I think it's affecting the FPS of this guy. Holy, what the fuck? That's loud. It's a 40-minute video. Yeah, it is. So we're going to... that just means we're going to use the entire stream to cover it. Knowing myself. And you have Insta, so you don't need to be online anymore. That is completely fair. I'm just used to being online. Yo, the quality of life that InstaCell provides. Let's not, like, PoE is such a different game than it was a year ago, just because of the quality of life.
To the Diablo Spotlight. This year, we'll be hitting an incredible milestone, 30 years of Diablo. Over 3 decades, we've experienced 5 different Diablo titles, each its own expression of Sanctuary.
But they're counting
We've
Immortal.
embraced new evolutions in technology and the action RPG genre.
What video is this? Diablo's 30th anniversary spotlight.
Our latest installment, Diablo 4,
I can link
recently
it.
revealed its next chapter, Lord of Hatred. The grand face-off with Mephisto is coming.
This is the Paladin.
Prepare for the record.
And to my knowledge, there's supposed to be a second class in the expansion as well, aside the Paladin. But the Paladin is playable now. I have zero idea what he does. I haven't looked at the game at all.
Because this is a battle you do not want to miss. Diablo Immortal is also heating up. The first and last king brought us major updates to the storyline, the full release of the new Sharval Wilds, and new Heliquary bosses. The Immortal team will be joining us today to share more about what's coming up this year. Then there's Diablo 2. This game means so much to me. Diablo 2 Resurrected was the first game that I worked on right here at Blizzard. The original game is what got many of us into the ARPG space and still stands today as the pinnacle experience for those of us who love the genre. If you're here for Resurrected, hold on to your health potions, folks. Topping it all off, this is a BlizzCon year. Today's spotlight kicks off Diablo's road to BlizzCon 2026, and we're thrilled to have you with us. To start this 30th anniversary celebration,
I still remember the last BlizzCon when they brought up a Chris Wilson, and it was just some other guy that I was so confused. I'm like, yo, I felt lied to.
Very dark surprise.
How can knowledge be evil if it saves a soul? Should a king tell us how to fight? The church, they uphold the light while we die in the shadows.
Oh, that's a creepy book.
Denounce the light. I now seek power in the primal. Salvation.
Dark Monk.
Scripture.
I am a heretic. I break the bones of the damned, build altars of blood to call the darkness.
I have walked amongst demons, found strength in shadow, kinship and madness. Damn the light! I will suffer my own path. I will learn the foul ways of a forbidden tongue. To bind them as a tool of my vengeance.
So is this the same person?
Branda's traitor, outlaw, warlock.
Let them hang us for what we've done.
But when darkness comes for us, it will see hell screaming back.
So I assume this is the new class, or a new class. The Warlock class, yeah, I assume so. Diablo Immortal and Diablo 4. Oh, sure. So it's releasing in every single Diablo? At some point, I feel like I want to check out D2R. I just haven't... What's what I'm looking for here? I haven't been arsed enough thus far.
I get chills every time I see that, and the team has been all in bringing this to life.
Absolutely. The amount of effort and passion poured into this update has been a true labor of love.
That takes me back to when you and I first started working together on Diablo 2 Resurrected, And I got to see firsthand how deeply you and the team care about this game and the community.
It's amazing to see how far we've come, and that this community is still here, still active, and still loving the game. With that, we're so excited to announce Reign of the Warlock, a brand new major update for Diablo 2 Resurrected. This is the first time in 25 years that Diablo 2 is receiving a new playable class. I've seen so many sunrises playing this game, beginning from when I was a teenager. I still haven't put this game down decades later. To bring the Warlock to life in Diablo 2 Resurrected and see it manifest across Diablo 4 and Diablo Immortal is a massive dream come true. Being able to provide even more for the Diablo 2 community is very special to us.
Diablo 2 has an incredible legacy, and with Reign of the Warlock, Resurrected is stepping into its next era.
As the 8th class for Diablo 2, the Warlock is disciplined, ominous, and incredibly knowledgeable. For years, the Warlock lingered in the shadows, studying secrets no mortal should know. Now, they abandon theory for practice, bringing their dark craft to the battlefield. When it comes to gameplay, the Warlock dominates demons, binding them to his will and consuming them when it suits him.
Minion adjacent class.
Summoning. Warlocks can summon 3 distinct demons.
Oh sure.
The Goatman, the Tainted,
This might be my shot to actually check out D2R.
and the Defiler. Each is a different tool in the Warlock's arsenal. But the summoning is just the beginning. The depth lies in his ability to bind or consume nearly any demon found in the game.
Are you
Binding the
finally
demon
going
allows the
Spectre?
Warlock to benefit from the demon's unique abilities. You can only bind one demon at a time, but doing so strengthens both the demon and the Warlock. You can also make the choice to consume the demon, remove the demon from play, and literally absorb their essence. This grants the Warlock temporary buffs and traits that can vary between what demon you consume. No matter what demon you draw in, you'll gain increased life and movement speed. Some may grant plus to all skills, some may even grant auras.
And that's just the beginning. Between summoning,
Not bad.
binding, and consuming, we're talking hundreds of combinations. And the best part is you can mix and match. Bind a demon for its aura, then absorb another for its resistances before summoning a third to fight by your side. It's a sandbox of dark magic. Outside of mastering demonology, the Warlock can also be a pure caster who channels chaotic magic, hellfire, and destruction.
We're thrilled to introduce a bold new way for players to embody the Warlock fantasy, an approach that blends dark mysticism with raw power. In close quarters combat, the Warlock manipulates weapons with his mind, levitating and hexing two-handed weapons with a flick of his wrist. Our Warlock class is a challenge, a puzzle, and a reward, all wrapped up in a brooding scholarly package.
But Reign of the Warlock isn't just about the new class. The team has also been dropping evolutions in gameplay as well as some quality of life updates. Let's start with one of our favorite playgrounds, Terror Zones.
So
In Reign of the
Diablo Immortal
Warlock,
in
there's a
7
new way to
minutes.
control the battle. You have the ability to earn consumables and choose
This is a whole lot of D2R, I just
which act
realized.
becomes terrorized. While an act is terrorized, every zone within it becomes supercharged, offering an elevated difficulty and greater rewards. This puts you back in the driver's seat when reaching the highest levels in the game. And the consumables required to activate them are fully tradable with other players.
In Hell difficulty, you'll encounter something new, Heralds of Terror. These hunters stalk players like easy prey, and each one becomes exponentially more dangerous the next time it finds you in a game. Conquer a terrorized act boss, and you'll have a chance to uncover statues that reference something familiar, but in a new way. Combine all 5 statues in the Herodric Cube to unlock a brand new pinnacle boss encounter against the Colossal Ancients.
Colossal Ancients are a big deal. These battles are tough and designed to push your skills and builds to the next level. We put you in control, letting you choose how and where you want to play, with a truly legendary goal to chase. Colossal Ancients are built as a next evolution of a feature that Diablo 2 players already love. They keep the spirit of the classic experience intact while layering in more control, more challenge, and more reward.
Reign of the Warlock also contains many quality of life features you've been asking for. Let's start with loot filters.
Holy.
These are built directly into the game. No external mods.
D2R go loot filters before D2, yeah, resurrected go loot filters before D4.
No third-party tools. You can create your own, share them with friends, or grab community presets like Starter Warlock and plug them right in. It's simple, flexible, and totally community-driven.
Then there's advanced stash tabs. We've added more of them, and for the first time ever, items in your stash can be stacked. No more juggling 99 gems across 4 pages. You'll find dedicated tabs from
I think these were like the friction points they had to deal with. Holy.
materials, gems, and runes. It's cleaner, faster, and way less tedious.
Finally, the Chronicle. Players have been tracking their collections in spreadsheets and third-party websites for years. Now, we've brought that experience in-game. The Chronicle lets you track every item you've ever collected. Uniques, sets, rune words, all in a freshly designed UI that even tells you when and where you found it. Most importantly, you'll unlock rewards you can show off to your friends. We also wanted to honor the way people have played Diablo 2 for decades. Whether you prefer Diablo 2 Classic or want to keep playing Resurrected, you can. Reign of the Warlock lives in the same client, with your existing characters safely separated.
If you want to bring your character forward, you can transfer it. If you got a character in Classic, move it to Resurrected. If you've been grinding in Resurrected, carry it into Reign of the Warlock. You can't go backwards, but you can always go forward on your terms.
Reign of the Warlock wasn't built in a vacuum. Creators like Mr. Llama, Gymnasium, BT, and Kano have been deep in the dungeons with us, playtesting, theory crafting, and giving feedback on everything from class fantasy to stash flow. So if you've ever played Diablo 2, no matter when you first journeyed into Sanctuary, this is your moment. Come celebrate with us. Reign of the Warlock brings brand new ways to play for everyone.
I think that's
We
enough.
can't wait to see more sunrise in
D2.
this community now and for the
All hell could marshal forth. Let us begin.
I'm assuming this is this is the summary. And then you want to bring up Resurrected or whatever they pay to win Immortal.
Dive into Diablo 2 Resurrected right now on Battle.net, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Plus, with your purchase of Reign of the Warlock, unlock some exclusive cosmetics for Diablo 4 and World of Warcraft to show off your dark allegiance across realms. So get in the fight and stop bending demons to your will.
So there you have it. We've kicked off the 30th anniversary with a huge update to Diablo 2 Resurrected. But the celebration doesn't stop there. Starting today, you can enter our Voice the Warlock contest on Instagram. It'll be judged by the Warlock himself, Rahul Kohli. If you want to join, tag @PlayDiablo and friend to win a 26. Official contest celebration, let's turn our attention to Diablo Immortal, a perfect bridge.
Nah, I'm good. All right, when is the next one? Where is that timer on the bottom right that keeps showing every so often? There. In 5 minutes or 25. Or roughly 26.
Now let's turn our gaze toward
Good.
Diablo 4. We're about to introduce the second new class in Lord of Hatred, dig into brand new features, and talk about big updates coming to endgame and core systems. Let's get into it.
I'm assuming that last one was the Paladin because I haven't seen gameplay of it yet.
Diablo 4 has come a long way since launch. It's been amazing to see this game grow into something bigger, sharper,
Welcome
and more
back.
ambitious than ever.
You're
And
right,
honestly,
already?
Zavin, one of my
I'm still
favorite
watching it.
things is to see players push every system we build to its limits.
Yeah, our players don't sit on the sidelines. In fact, I'm sure they're all over the comments section right now, and we love it. It helps us understand not just what's working, but where we can evolve.
This expansion builds on everything we've learned.
I'm
so
assuming this
far.
is Rod Ferguson's
Class
replacement.
balance, endgame, core systems. This
That's
is
Chris
our
Wilson,
chance
yeah.
to take
Oh, no,
all
the
of
guy on
those
the
core
left,
pillars
okay.
and push them even further. So today,
No,
we'll
not
be
the one on the
diving
left.
into new
The one on the
features,
left is Adam Fletcher's replacement. The one on the right is Rod Ferguson's replacement. He's associate game director. Unless there's an guy at the top, I think he might just.
Look,
a new
What?
good
region,
news, which
and a
is
new endgame.
we're gonna try to upgrade one.
For sure.
If we can catch it in the next
Wave.
whatever happens.
I mean, we have no idea when that is, right? I wonder if they announce it or if they just a low key stuff.
They said they would announce some,
Okay.
so we're just waiting.
Good luck.
But first, let's
Yeah.
take a look at a new class, the Warlock.
Let's has a 55 stream streak. 5-5. Appreciate you so much. How you doing?
Across the Diablo universe, we will get to watch the Warlock evolve. In Diablo 2 Resurrected, they honed their earliest arcane powers. Then in Diablo Immortal, their journey takes a rebellious turn, embracing darker forces and forging their own path. Now in Diablo 4, the Warlock stands at the height of their strength, fully
Wait, this is what the Warlock looks like in D4?
and ready to shape the fate of Sanctuary. This class is all about turning the wrath of hell against itself, with metal chains, flames, and utter destruction. The Diablo 4 Warlock is like
Looking forward to the minion portion of it. So let's
fighting fire with fire. We have so much more to share about our Warlock.
let's see.
Enough.
Actually, might check out D2R eventually. This is
Get it on
the
Steam if you do.
probably
It just
Why
became
Steam?
Steam Deck compatible.
I don't know that I would like it enough to even care, if I'm being honest. I'm in no rush. I'm not going to be trying to make it for launch or anything like that. It'll just be something I
No,
check out in my pastime.
It already launched. I just mean that like that's just better, right? Because you know
Yeah.
how the Steam Deck separate. If you ever want the option,
Yeah.
That we're dedicating a full developer update to Warlock on March 5th. That's where we'll go deep on the class, their lore, gameplay, and more. For now, let's
March
talk about
5th
how the
is their
Warlock
season?
and our other new class, the Paladin, are central to the themes of Lord of Hatred.
Many of you
Hasn't
have
we having Paladin already? Yeah, people have been playing Paladins already out.
already been playing as the Paladin, experiencing their holy might firsthand. With the Paladin representing light and purity,
March
Warlocks are
5th,
their
so no, that
darker
one that's a day
counterpart.
before. By the way,
Anti-heroes harness
Was that?
it's not a day before.
Oh, PoE. I mean, parts of them.
representing light and purity, Warlocks are their darker
Yeah, it is.
counterpart.
I
Anti-heroes
think the player
harnessing
bases
the
are
power of
separated enough now that they don't probably feel the impact as much as people think. Especially not for PoE 1. Maybe PoE 2, but not PoE 1.
Oh, they will. They'll feel the impact. But that's okay.
hell. This duality is their
All right,
darker
let's see.
counterpart. Anti-heroes harnessing the power of hell. This duality is central to the theme of Lord of Hatred. It's the eternal conflict between angels and demons, with humanity stuck in the center.
As you play through the campaign, prepare to be drawn into a tale where Mephisto's shadow looms even larger. It's an unfolding saga of hatred, treachery, and the search for salvation, building towards a reckoning that will leave a lasting mark on Sanctuary. The campaign unfolds in Lord of Hatred's new zone, Scovos.
Of course, new zone.
Scovos
So this is the expansion that's releasing, I assume, not just a season.
Yeah, it's the expansion.
Yeah, that changes things. I mean, I'm still PoE, but I'll probably try to check it out on the Thursday then. Yeah, likely be something along those lines. Then I'll drop it for PoE and then come back to it later to experience
See, no,
it.
I don't know if they're what they're saying. Actually, fact check that. I think they're talking about the expansion. I just don't know if the expansion comes out in March. I think the season comes out in March.
New expansion available April 28, 2026. Okay, so it's April 28 that the expansion is releasing. So what is happening on March 6?
The new season.
Since when did they start having a 1 month season?
That's what I'm saying. Because the PTR for the season is up right now. So it makes sense.
Huh. Okay. So I guess that just means all that changes is that means we're going to check Diablo 4 for a day and probably not return to it until the expansion. But who knows? We'll see.
Is a dangerous land, visually inspired by ancient Mediterranean landscapes. You'll explore rugged coastlines, mountainous highlands, ancient temples, and more monster variety than ever.
Surely, right? Monster variety.
Skavos is the birthplace of humanity, where Lilith and Inarius began it all. You'll see the Blessed Mother and the Heavenly Father
They showed them,
into the
I
marble
guess.
structures of Themis.
I mean, 3. It's variety. You're not seeing the same one.
The capital city. The Blessed Mother and the Heavenly Father carved into the marble structures of Themis, the capital city.
Themis is the bustling epicenter of Skavos. Marble walls, eerie elegance, vibrant patterns, and rich textures all blend to create a hauntingly beautiful landscape. There's a town square teeming with whispers of the firstborn. You'll uncover secrets of the Ascari, the primevals, and the ancient wars that shaped the world. It's a place where every corner tells a story. Plus, we built Themis to be the ideal endgame city, crafted to streamline your access to everything you want once the campaign is concluded.
While we keep the story under wraps for now, let's talk about Endgame in Lord of Hatred and one of its major new features, War Plans. War Plans give you more control and depth in how you experience the endgame.
War
You create
Plans.
a playlist of up to 5 activities, drawing from endgame modes: the Pit, Infernal Hordes. Hell
Wait, let's
City,
take this
full in
again.
depth in how you experience the endgame.
Okay.
You create a playlist of up to 5 activities.
Complete 2 over 4 war plans to improve rewards.
Drawing from endgame modes: the Pit, Infernal Hordes, Hell Tides, Nightmare Dungeons, Lair Bosses, and the Undercity. Pick what you want, pick your rewards, and jump in.
As you complete activities through War Plans, you'll earn progression towards a unique skill tree for each of these activities. These trees let you customize and modify how each activity plays.
This is nice. This I
I
like.
didn't actually catch that, so you might have to. Do you mind just telling me what it said?
It's just war plans. Basically, I think from my understanding, war plans are things you select. You do certain war plans, and the rewards is like experience points towards basically an atlas tree of sorts. It only affects the particular content you're engaging with. So like Nightmare Dungeons or Infernal Hordes, layer bosses, and then those points would alter the way you engage with the content. Basically.
Oh, shit, okay.
So it's kind of like an Atlas tree
little bit
system
more
with
variety.
some progression in there. And from what I'm understanding, the war plans themselves change what you basically are. You pick what you want to engage with in this war plan, and then you pick they say you pick the reward. So you pick the reward, and then you blast. Basically, is my understanding. So if you don't want to do Nightmare Dungeons, you don't have to do Nightmare Dungeons because it showed up in a war plan. That is my understanding. I could be wrong, but that's what I understood from it.
You can change the rewards, tweak the monsters.
Let's see. This was
customize and modify how each
Didn't I take you back?
activity plays.
Yeah.
You can change the reward
You no longer gain gem fragments in Infernal Hordes. Instead gain bonus updo sites. Okay. So I'm assuming the second one is the opposite, where you stop gaining updo site, but you gain even more gem fragments. I like that. Being able to customize and tailor the rewards is always a feature that I think ARPGs need, or not even need, but like it elevates the experience by so much between an RPG having it and not having it.
tweak the monster
Amalgam of Rage can ambush you during a boss fight within a nightmare dungeon. Killing the Amalgam of Rage, which is that's the dog, right? Cerberus like dog. In nightmare dungeons can drop unique items associated with Astaroth.
even bring features from one activity into another.
When fighting a boss in a nightmare dungeon, the beast in ice can sometimes appear and attack you. Killing a boss that the beast in ice is assisting has a chance to drop uniques. Okay, so you get to pick. You get to combine. So this is the layer boss tree. So by having points in here, you can make them attack you while clearing like nightmare dungeon. I assume there's probably nodes for Infernal Hordes and nodes for Hell Tides and yada yada yada. So you get to do more bossing while doing other content as well, just randomly, which is good variety in my opinion.
One of the best parts is how Warplans makes the endgame more accessible. If you're a new player or returning after a break,
I like the
you
idea.
can just pick your playlist and start playing, learning the systems as you go. But for veterans, there's a ton of meta progression and build diversity to explore. Warplans are really about letting you shape your own endgame experience. You decide what you want to focus on, what you want to avoid, and how you want to play.
And for those of you seeking an adrenaline rush, we're also introducing a hyper rare event called Echoing Hatred. If you're lucky enough to find a very rare Trace of Echoes golden ticket in a loot drop, you'll gain access to the Echoing Hatred event. There, you'll face infinite waves of enemies and escalating difficulty. Each run feels different, with randomized monsters that force...
Can you farm this in the sense of, can you get the ticket? Because I don't mind the idea of this mode, but if it is so rare like they did with those rarer uniques on launch, then it might as well not exist. I assume it's going to be, they've learned from that mistake and they won't make it again. So I like the idea of this anyways. It's random enough to where you might not be able to like depend on it, but it should be frequent enough to where it's a nice break in the, I guess it's a nice change of pace whenever it does drop, and hopefully it's rewarding enough, or not so rewarding that you feel like you're wasting your time when you're not doing it. That's kind of going to be a hard balance for them to hit, but that is what I would hope the goal for this is, at least.
You to adapt your build and tactics on the fly. The deeper you go, the more intense the encounters become. Each wave will test your mastery of the mechanics and resource management to the point where we might even throw multiple bosses at you at the same time. The longer you last, the better the loot. And how long you last is completely up to your skill.
I know the entire
Goblin
team is
Splendor.
excited for Warplans and Echoing Hatred, but this might be a good time to talk about the why.
After the campaign wraps up, that's when the real journey begins for a lot of our players. Endgame isn't just a bonus, it's what keeps you coming back to Sanctuary.
And it's more than just adding new events. We want these features to feel meaningful. Quality of life changes, like making activities more approachable or letting you customize how you play, make a huge difference.
There's nothing worse than feeling lost after the credits roll. With features like war plans and rare events like Echoing Hatred, you get new goals and reasons to experiment even after returning from a break.
It's all about giving you control and variety. Endgame should be as interesting and rewarding as the story. That's why we're so focused on quality of life improvements and fresh features for everyone. Now, let's talk systems updates, which also feed into this philosophy. These updates will completely refresh how you build your power your way. Let's start with skill trees. We've seen the joke that they're more like skill twigs. That ends here. With the release of Lord of Hatred, every player will reap the benefits of a completely overhauled, massively expanded skill tree
I like
system.
this.
The changes are built to give you more customization than ever before, right from the moment you start playing. No more waiting.
It's not overly complex to where I think it would isolate their player base, but at the very least, I'm hoping it creates variety in skill trees, because like in the current state of D4, with the number of points you get and the how few the nodes are, you basically got to do everything you wanted to, and for certain builds you run out of things to do with your points, so you just like putting things that like you wouldn't even are barely boost, but like you need to put the points somewhere. You're not about to lose power, so I'm hoping those nodes feel meaningful and not just like crit damage when an enemy is CC'd or something. I'm hoping they actually meaningful, or they meaningfully change the way you want to interact with a certain skill, or maybe change up the combo you want to use with a certain skill because you want to take this passive or this other point, or change the way the skill works. I mean, my memories of D4 is you don't really change the way the skill works with the tree. It's more with items. But if they can add some dynamism between how the aspects or the legendaries work, or how they change the skill versus what is chosen on the skill, and add some variety there to where this item may change upgrade 1 to do a certain thing, or because this effect can affect both upgrades and the upgrades do vastly different things, by having upgrade 1, you have a playstyle. Upgrade 2, you have a playstyle. Upgrade 1 with the item, you have a third playstyle. Upgrade 2 with the item, you have a fourth playstyle. That's ideally, like, that's just an example, but that would be my hope for what they're trying to achieve.
For random item drops or late game progression to really flesh out your build. Now you'll have meaningful choices.
Let's see what the choices are.
From the moment you choose your first skills.
Hammers on the ancients, quakes outwards and deals big damage. Okay.
Customization options to every
Forms a seismic line that deals this and slows enemies hit by
single
this.
skill across the entire tree. It isn't
Deals
just
less
a
big
small
damage. Casting hammer summons 2 ancients to hammer the same area for this damage. If burning enemies are struck, hammer the ancients explodes, dealing this damage. And it now deals fire damage. I'm not fully against how this, like the way they change the way the skill interact. Like one is a line, the other is quaking out. Well, this one is 2 summons that repeats, basically, and like an echo type deal. You know what? I'll hold my comment till I can actually properly see the tree, because like let's use Cyclone as an example. With Cyclone, there's this area where you make a choice, there's this area where you make a choice, and then there's this area where you make a choice. So this feels like the current system, just with one more option, but maybe these two change or affect the way it is played.
It's a major disruption to the current class system. Our goal is to make theory crafting go much, much further with more complexity than ever before.
For instance, take the sorcerer's iconic Hydra skill.
Okay.
Previously, you could only boost its burning damage or ramp up its critical strike potential. With the revamped skill tree, you can fine-tune Hydra to your unique playstyle. Want your Hydras to attack faster?
So this is attack speed on reduced duration.
Or last longer? You can choose to have their attacks trigger explosions or continually burn everything in close proximity. You can even completely transform the skill.
Frigid Hydra that spits piercing ice, which deals. I like that it seems like there's always at least one node that very drastically changes the skill. Like with the Hammer of the Ancients was a summon node. Now it's this one that turns it into a frost skill. I like that they're taking some of the skill changing potential from items to the tree. Hopefully it's meaningful for like all skills.
Turning your Hydras into Frost Hydras to unlock new combos with all your other Frost abilities. The new options let you experiment with every possibility as you refine the build that's most fun for you.
And we're not leaving any class behind. Alongside the Paladin and the Warlock, every class will be getting these updates.
They haven't really
and they
shown
will
what
be
the Warlock
available
does
to
in
all
D4.
players, regardless of Lord of Hatred ownership. Each class will get
I don't
more
think
than
we get a single
40
peek yet,
rework
but-
choices and over 80
What'd you say?
I just said I don't think we get a peek on that.
I assume it's going to be relatively close to D2's version, i.e. there'll be some demon minion-ish, there'll be some weapon-ish, and there'll be obviously chaos stuff. I guess in this, is that chaos damage in this one? It's not chaos, it's poison. So we will be poison. It'll be shadow. There's shadow. It'll be shadow damage.
Lord of Hatred owners are going to get even more with over 20 additional transformative skill choices.
On top of the skill tree overhaul,
Wait,
we're
what?
adding 20
I thought you
80
said
additional options. Each
I thought you said regardless of Lord of Hatred ownership.
class will get more than
40 rework choices.
and over 80 additional options. Lord of Hatred owners are going to get even more with over 20 additional transformative.
What in the pay to win is this? You say
Yeah, buddy.
you, wait, hold up. You just said that regardless of ownership, you get the reworks, and then they proceed to say Lord of Hatred owners will get even more, and then they give them like 20 more transformative. So like, are they just sections of the tree you have no access to if you don't have Lord of Hatred? Is that how that works? Or like,
That's already how the game works, though.
there's
They
parts of
added
this.
those new skill trees with this current expansion. They added those little things. You don't get that base game.
They just don't show up on your tree, or
Sure.
no, they will show up and they are locked, right?
Yeah.
They need to tell you that you should be swiping. They don't want to. You don't get to. You need to rub it in your face that you don't have those. They calling me a too my head.
It is what it is.
I mean, we went into this reaction giving them the benefit of the doubt, and I did say that I wasn't a fan of how aggressive they are with their monetization. And this is just another case where, you know, the aggressiveness or the aggression on monetization comes into play, where it's like, yeah, you don't give us money, well, you don't get to experience the good things.
Yeah, you're basically just getting punished for it.
It's like, and this is Lord of Hatred expansion. They don't care if you've gotten the previous expansion. They don't care if you were whatever. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. You could have been rank 1 leaderboard gauntlet they never released or whatever else, and you know it doesn't matter. So long as you're not owner of Lord of Hatred, go kick rocks. You don't get to play with it. It's like, for me at least, it rubs me a certain kind of way. But that's
how
for
it
me.
goes. I mean, people don't have access to runes with base game, right? Think about how influential runes are.
Like
You usually just can't use them with the base game.
But you can drop them? Of course you can drop them. It's
I
D4.
don't
They
even
would,
know. Yeah. You can
they,
drop it, you
would- they
can't
would
use
they would
it.
want you to drop it and know you can't use it, so you want to upgrade. But this is what I mean when I say I don't like how aggressive they are with monetization. This is an intentional choice. So,
Lord of Hatred owners are going to get even more with over 20 additional.
and you know it's marketing because they don't say that they're obviously going to portray it as, oh, you're getting more by buying it more. Obviously the flip side is if you don't buy it, you don't get it. Like that is obviously the thing, but marketing.
Obviously.
Additional
how it
transformative
goes.
skill choices.
on top
Unfortunate.
of the skill tree overhaul, we're adding a brand new itemization system. The
It's hard to
Talisman.
root for the
And with
game
it comes the return of charms.
because
Oh,
a lot of
definitely.
these decisions, like,
They're very
I
intentional.
don't think the general audience cares, but someone like me, my reaction is, but I just don't want to give you anything. That's
will
what
gi-
my reaction is. to
My
that.
reaction is I'll give you the bare minimum. I want to experience it and make content around it, so I will give you the bare minimum. But like, that's all you're getting from me. Like I don't want to support you. I just want to play the
But I
game.
give that to Dora, like,
Exactly. Like I don't support the
like
game. I just want to
genuinely,
play
if I
the
have to pick
game.
at that point. It's just like,
Because that for me at least is it's a worse feeling than pets in Torchlight. And why I think it's a worse feeling is it's you telling me that because I didn't buy this expansion, I don't get to play certain builds. You're locking certain builds ahead of me. And now this might be some trauma from being a child and not being able to pay for shit and having to look up free to play shit in every game I played versus pay to win or whatever else. Like I don't care what the history is and why I feel that's this certain kind of way. The fact is I feel that kind of way. Like I don't care where the source comes from, but I feel that I find it very, very, very ew. Like it's a big no for me. It's that line I would like ARPGs to not cross. You can try to monetize the game. You can say you have to pay to play. That's fine. You can say, okay, we're going to use multi MTXs. That's fine. You can say you want to do both. Okay, fine. You can say you want to go expansions. Fine. You can then you come and say, oh, I can't get access to certain builds. And then you say, okay, all those other ones we mentioned before, yes, we're going to take all of that. All right? All of them. Because there's not a single monetization structure that D4 doesn't have access to. There is not a single one that they said, let's not do this. Think about it. What don't they have? Is it Battle Pass? Is it expansion? Is it MTXs? Is it base price? Is it expansion price? What don't they have?
And sets. Here's how it works. Once you get your talisman, charms will begin dropping in the game. For a charm to be active,
What's a talisman?
the talisman.
I'm done being triggered. Let's continue.
And with it comes the return of charms and sets. Here's how it works. Once you get your talisman, charms will begin dropping in the game. For a charm to be active, it must be placed inside your talisman. Charms can be of any...
What was that? What are the stats?
It must be placed inside.
45% total armor, cannot have more than 5 sockets, but you can equip 2 unique charms. Charm set Dark Pact plus damage. Charm set Adept action DR while moving.
Your talisman. Charms can be of any rarity, but the set charms have the great...
Wait, +2 to skill level just coming from these
charms
things?
can be of any rarity.
When I bet you have to buy the expansion to touch this. +2 to Heart Seeker, plus crafting material drop rates. And then there's a set when you cast marksman basic skills, you gain vengeance, which so basically this is like aspects, but using different slots. It's like an extended gearing tree or gearing section would be my guess. It's what it looks like.
But the set charm.
What was the other one again? Dark Shroud.
Inside your talisman. Charms can be of any rarity.
The 3 set bonus. Well, you have vengeance. You gain 1 Dark Shroud shadow every. Okay.
But the set charms have the greatest potential. Equipping multiple charms from the same set will unlock additional set bonuses. With the talisman, charms, and sets, you can customize and fine-tune your characters like never before.
So sets are back.
With the powers of the greatest Herodrum.
Like sets are boring. What do I know?
Lord of Hatred comes with the Herodric Cube, a legendary tool for a legendary way to craft. You'll combine rare materials, unlock additional properties, and forge items that fit your playstyle. The Herodric Cube is the beginning of your chase.
So we finally have 3 to 1 in, I guess.
For late game greatness, opening up new opportunities to shape your journey.
The UI for this game is so annoying. Like to see weapon damage and toughness and the space around it makes my eye twitch.
Weapon damage and toughness? What from where?
On the
Because it doesn't look even with the space at the top and the bottom. It looks like the top has its own space and the bottom, and then the one in between is different.
Herodric Cube is the beginning of your chase for late game greatness, opening up new.
Add a random affix to an item. Tuning prisms can be used to modify the category of the affix that is added.
New opportunities to shape your journey and pursue those ultimate rewards. It's a heartfelt callback to the cube in Diablo 2. Now reimagined for Diablo 4's itemization.
So we've now gone full circle back to 4 modded items. With the last mod still being RNG, mind you.
Next, loot filters. They've finally arrived. You've been asking for this since day 1 and we've heard you. Whether you're chasing uniques or filtering out junk, loot filters give you the
finally
right
loot filters
over your journey. While we're so excited to finally be adding loot filters to the game,
Now
we
that
are
pay to
going
win portion just knocked the wind out of myself. I don't feel like finishing this. Like, what the fuck?
continue to listen to your feedback and
Now that
stay
tilted
committed
me.
to refining loot filters over time to make sure that
I
it
can't,
works for
I can't
you.
even be happy about anything. Like, that tilted me.
This
Wait.
is shaping up.
So it still shows the items that are filtered. You still can't click them. It just highlights, or
It works
what
with
was
your
the
feedback
thing?
And stay committed to refining loot filters over time to make sure that it works for you.
I guess it's better than nothing.
This is shaping up to be quite a year for Diablo 4. Perfect timing for Diablo's 30th anniversary. I've been playing Diablo for as long as I've been gaming on PC.
Is that all?
Starting with a burned copy of Diablo handed to me by a friend at school. Discovering the game's randomized content blew my mind, and soon I was playing Diablo.
But this isn't a job interview. Have you finished?
Eventually diving into modding and joining Blizzard. I've been a proud servant of hell ever since. We hope
That's a
this year's
cool thing to
expansion
say.
and all its new
Okay.
features spark that same sense of discovery and excitement you felt when you first stepped into Sanctuary. Whether you're exploring Scovos or reaching your greatest potential within
that's
world-class
it.
fantasy, or simply celebrating another milestone with the Diablo community, we're grateful to have you with us. Thank you for being a part of this adventure.
All right. That pay to win side just nah. Overall, the unbiased take is there's a lot of good things that are coming with the expansion, and it's a lot of much needed changes, things that are long overdue. So 100% really good things here, like that are there. Like, no, not even trolling. They have some really good things coming. But you see that pay to win thing? Shit fucking tilts me. I do not like that one bit. I do not like that at all. But alas, it is what it is. All right, back to PoE. I just saw a large cluster I would have liked, but it has chaos res. Sad. Actually, I think I want to replace one of my large clusters. I think it's time. I think I have invested enough into my strategy that I want to actually finish these 20 maps. And I think when I finish 20 maps, I should be up 20D plus. So I should be fine to spend 9-10 divines right now. So I'm going to buy one that has strength so that our strength requirements are a bit easier to hit. It's 10D, but it's decent bang for my buck when it comes to the ES that's on it. It's not perfect. I would have preferred if I could get perfect, but the perfect starts at 18D, and while I can afford it, I think it's a no from me. I don't think I'm ready to spend 18D. Maybe for the second one, you know, maybe the one that is next to perfect, like 11 ES, is like the one that was 11 ES was the chaos res one that I just don't need. I guess it helps if I'm thinking about my minions survivability, but I don't care about them. They're temporary minions. They can have negative chaos res if all they want. I don't care. I don't care. Power to them, you know. But let me just see. 8 times 1.35 is 10.8. So it's very close to a breakpoint. So 9 will probably be the ideal spot. Because I only get 2 extra flat ES from the effect. Whereas if I got 9, then that would be 12. So that's 3 extra. So it's plus 1 extra. So 9 is kind of a breakpoint I would have liked to hit. But I'm not touching Chaos Res with the 10-foot pole. Beggars can't be choosers. I will take the 8 ES. It is what it is. The 8 ES. Yeah, 8 ES and 5 strength. The strength should also make later gearing much easier because I might not need to get strength on.
Could do worse, Exile.
I might be able to skip out on strength on my chest, maybe. 5 times 1.35. 10% is, you know, 0.5. So this is like 6 strength per point. So let's take out, well, let's get some more refund points. Yeah, this has strength. I'm fine with this, honestly. Yeah. Okay, cool. That should be a pretty healthy damage boost. And now you just get to farm the remaining 18 maps. In the meantime, though. This is 3-4D. I put it up for 4D. Maybe 5. Put up for 5, see if it sells. Now for you, you're still yet to sell. How much is it divine right now? The divine is basically 200. So if I put this up for 3D, that's like 600. Or I could put it up for 689. Yes, it's cheaper to, it's more expensive to go for chaos. So 694. Let's put it up for. So that's like 3 point something K divines. I'm tired of waiting on it. I don't think it might sell for that price. It might not. I'm not gonna wait for it. That I think is a decent chunk of my fire res though, so.
Everyone you have slain had a life and a family.
Yeah, okay. I'm still more than capped. So we're chilling. So we just got like 27% increased damage alongside like 9. Wait, it's 3, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 times 3, that's 24. 24% increased damage and 8% increased attack speed just by virtue of getting 35% effects. We also have slightly more ES. And
This way, Exile.
okay, this is far. I was like, yo, didn't I had a brief moment of panic where I was like, this doesn't look like the minimum of 4 plus. Did I screw something over? Because like I know I should be getting at least 100% chance for additional plots.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Why are there so many volatile cores? Is this just RNG where I'm getting monsters that have it? Or is there a different reason? Because that's a T17 mod, right? That's not just any regular mod. I most definitely feel the damage though. Now the time to kill for all these enemies is nicely lower. Now granted, this map might just be, you know, a bit squishier than the typical map I would run, maybe. There's always that aspect. Always possible. But I know I just got a decent amount of increased damage and attack speed, so, or cast speed. GG. No important plant wilted, if any. I don't think any plant wilted, which is huge. I also need to eventually replace cast speed on the dual quickening covenant with I need to replace the cast speed with who on earth is running? With increased damage from Fortress Covenants is what I need to do as well. We have a whole lot more increased damage she gets. I should have probably prioritized that, to be honest. I also should have prioritized getting my last aura up, but the problem with getting my last aura up is a part of that equation goes beyond like an enlighten, and it goes into recrafting my chest, which would also involve recrafting my boots, which is wouldn't be solvable by just, you know, spending 10D. So we're going to do that later. No hurries there. Oh shit, last epoch patch notes. You can finally use your Hungry Souls tree. Took them fucking long enough. Rant incoming. So Arcane just sent me this. And this is a last epoch rant. Basically, Dead Knights casting Hungry Souls in this last patch obviously just did it the way that node has always casted. But it makes me, and they just made a change to where now it is going to be affected by your tree. And in my head, I'm like, why wasn't this in last patch? Last patch was teased as the great witch acolyte revamp, but Primalists got way more minion love than, like, in terms of what changed. It changed Abomination and called it a day for minions. Like, yeah. What else did they do? They did that. They added a few nodes on the tree. That's it. Call it a day. You're done. That was a big acolyte minion rework. Like I on the patch where it was teased that acolyte would get the biggest touch up ever, I played Primalists. I, as a minion enjoyer, played Primalists. I think that says enough, because that treatment that that is there is what Primalist got. Your bear could suddenly just use your Earthquake tree. Your Sabertooth could use your Upheaval tree. I think there was like one more minion that could do, but like that was the core of my build, I remember, at least. And it's like, why didn't they look at Acolyte and just say, you know what, maybe, just maybe we should prioritize Acolyte for this, because this is the season we are, you know, Giga reworking the Acolyte. Maybe they should be priorities. Like I'm not, and this is not me saying, oh, Primarily shouldn't have gotten it. Like, I don't mind that Primarily got it. I like that Primarily got it. I love the build I played in last Epoch. But like, is it that they just didn't think about it? Or is it a case of like, how does a situation like that happen is where my curiosity lies, you know? It's a shame we don't have any yellows here. It's a mighty fine shame. I assume yellows are still the most expensive, and if they aren't, oh well. My character feels so freaking zoomy.
Last Epoch news got you giga hyped?
I mean, I just ranted about it.
Ranted,
It doesn't make any fucking sense that the patch that had the big Acolyte rework didn't have something as, I won't say as trivial as that, but like a Primalist got way more of that treatment than the Primalist did. Or Primalist got way more than Acolyte did in the Acolyte rework patch. And I think I'm trying to figure out like how something like that could even happen. Like what is the thought process behind that? Because like minions didn't get anything for that. They reworked Abomination and called it a day. The season teased as the big Acolyte rework. I ended up playing Primalist for a reason. Because that had more new shit. So like, that was basically the TLDR of my rant. This, like, decisions like that, how did they come about? Is it a resource problem? Because if so, why wasn't Acolyte the priority? Is it is it just you trying to spread the love? If so,
I think it was most
like,
definitely a resource problem.
Yeah, but why was it Acolyte priority? This is the big Acolyte patch. You want people to play Acolyte, do you not? Like, why is Primalist, not saying Primalist shouldn't get attention, because the Primalist should. I really enjoyed my build. I went Primalist, I enjoyed that shit. But why did Primalist get more minion love than the Acolytes? They reworked one minion, the Abomination, which was already the strongest minion. It didn't even fucking need it. And they reworked that. Like, what? And then everything else was like, yeah, exactly the same. Oh, but you guys now have like 3 extra nodes on the tree. Have fun. Like, what are we doing here?
It wasn't the greatest rework, but I think if it's obviously such a resource thing, playing Graves for the first time in Street Brawl.
Good luck. Oh god. Oh wait, Street Brawl. And I say oh god because Grace is not the best in Street Brawl. Like, her ulti is good, but she has no pressure aside it. Her skulls would get insta deleted. So
Also,
you probably
single gun item, which is great.
I mean, she's not that gun heavy. I don't think you want to be gunning on Street Brawl. Her range is too small for, I mean, unless you want to be tanky. But I recommend trying to focus on your ulti, duration and all that, and then going from there.
Yeah, I got superior duration, which was nice.
Nice.
Does she benefit from fire rate increases?
Yes, she does. Her gun will tick faster. All right, where's that rejects post I saw for idols? Let me actually use some of them. I forgot this existed until somebody asked on Reddit today, and people were more than happy to link back to this post, which I saw when it first was posted. I just never paid too close of an attention to it. I'm assuming this is for the delirious monsters killed in your maps. Okay, so this is like 30 chaos. Yep. Yank that.
Not gonna lie, Celeste ult is so frustrating in this game mode. It's just
I
like an
mean,
instant die.
if it's just
But not like
here's the thing about Celeste. Oh, there are two ways to counter it. You guys all bunch up together is one way to do it, or you guys all scatter. But I think bunching up is actually the better way to handle it, because one thing I noticed with it is if she hits you ulti and you're not around any allies, the ulti stays on you until you get close to an ally, and then it starts bouncing. But by bunching up together, it bounces across everybody, so it doesn't really do as much. Whereas I guess if she has lightning scroll, that's a different conversation, but you know, that's a different conversation. But anyways, it shares the damage way more evenly to where you don't just take everything because it's bouncing between two people. Does that make sense? All right, so this
I
is.
hear you. I don't know how straightforward that is to do in the environment.
Oh, it's not straightforward at all. I'm not saying it is.
I just
It's
feel like I watched someone good with her today, and that shit was insane. The enemy team like actually just didn't even bother chasing that character, and then when they would like all 5 go because of how strong the character is and how fast the character is. And so they would like mow ult into REM sleep, into silence, into. She was fucking insane.
Character is very strong. Ooh, 140 chaos. What do you have? All right, we're just going to take these and just price them here. So this was like 24 chaos.
Really?
This is 50 chaos. 49. This one is 140. 143. This one is I don't think this is the mod. This is not the mod. I feel like this is the mod. Yeah, I think Crimson Iron Ore is the mod. So let's check. 30% increase Crimson Iron Ore. Crimson Ion. I think that's literally bottom row though. So it's not worth anything. Is there a combo here that's worth anything? I don't think so. What if this was 50? I'm just know if this is worth anything.
What do the dead seals do?
Okay, so it is worth it, just bottom row. What do what seals?
The seals from killing.
The seals from killing what? 69.
I'll let you know.
All right, so that's the magic one. Not a single Kamasan? Okay. Now burial totemic. You know, it's funny. I can actually read this ish because this says burial and totemic, and then this rejects, which has like harvest. It has ore. It has. I don't know what this is trying to get, but we'll see. And then we go for 2x2s. Hi. Oh, your stuff is not linked like the doc. I have it linked in the doc because that's the default POB does. But you don't need it linked. You just need 6 sockets. You just need the sockets because the skill is in the staff, so they're all going to support the skill, which is in the staff. All right, what do we have here? Fortune favors the brave, abyssal depth. Let's start with pack size with fortune favors the brave. No. No. Rarity. How about, wait, so does fortune favor the brave at 10? Does that matter? Yeah, okay, so that's okay, cool. Harvest monster quantity of life force. This is an additional, yeah, it's just the one. So 85. I don't think it's the harvest one. Yeah, so it's this one that's the, and it's 85.98.
At that price?
I have his stuff. I get it with 2 chromes and make it 6. So lucky. You have a 6 link staff that you go with or you say you got the colors with 2 chromes, or do you mean additional harvest is not expensive? I know that for a fact. Daily fog it is. No, none of the others matter. I guess this on 60% would probably be decent, and maybe daily fog on 15 maybe. Nope. Chance for maps to have memory influence. %, magic. That's why she's looking for minor idols. So not worth anything, eh? Wait. Nah, you're not worth anything. All right, next one. You. Ultimatum magic 24 is 68C.
I think I can sell that.
Then 20% increased chance for Eta Alta. Not that expensive. Heists. Yeah, I think it's Ita Alta. It's like 29. Your starter helped me a lot. I'm not at Act 10 now. Oh, you are now at Act 10. Congratulations. I'm glad it helped. Yeah, this league was it was a tough one that filtered a lot of people at the start. So very glad they wait what? Trade site request failed. Broski. All right, so we need to price some more things. Is there anyone here that I think would be insane? Delhi having a chance to generate 3 additional reward types. That would probably be big. Map device has a 5% chance to not consume Scarab. Seems insane as well. Because that 5% is the max roll, which means you can get up to 20% chance from your idols to not consume Scarabs. That is probably a godsend on some strategies, but that's a Conqueror suffix. So your Scarab cost would have to outweigh the profit you can get from that modifier. Says a lot if your Scarab costs are that high. %10 chance to no will. Totally. It's kind of nice. These two have chance to no will, but like they're kind of just ass rolled. So this isn't worth anything, eh? Not really. I'm not willing to try to sell it. So if this was 12, would it be expensive? Not so much, but obviously this one being 15 would be not too expensive either, but relatively. Okay. So you aren't worth anything. What do we have here? Chance to not wilt at 9%. Even at 10, it's not great. What about map dupe? Nope. Yola boo ass. Now what about you? We'll start with this guy. 30-ish chaos. And then you. So 29 chaos.
I'll let you know.
What do you think? I can start with the low budget or I can jump to the high budgets? I would not try to jump to the high budget until you have currency. So start with the low budget. It is designed to help you while you do not have currency. The low budget is very useful for a reason. You try to get as much power as you can from the tree to not, so that you can get away with not having the currency, and then as you get more currency, then you can shift your power to your gear and stuff like that. $24. I'll put it for 24, I guess. Now hopefully they sell quick. All right, that settles it for the rejects. I don't think I'm doing that again. don't think I particularly enjoy pricing those guys.
Are you the fisherman, or are you the bait?
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
We have harvests. Ooh! What is that hit? So we have yellow here. I need to check with prices. How much is yellow juice? Oh my god. Yellow juice is 8,600. I don't know why it still surprises me. Blue is 14, and then purple is more expensive than blue. Yellow being as expensive as it is, there's no way you don't make stupid amounts of money when you have the final idol set. Oh, I need to. So wait, I should prioritize purple over blue. I mean, in this case, purple just has to go. I don't think I'm going to buy any or make a new set of small idols for this situation. Because purple typically doesn't stay more expensive for long. So is my King's March even still running? I wonder. I need to go check. Ooh. I was so scared it would actually eat the blue. What is that damage? Dude, but low-key, the number of times I get like minus max res is kind of wild. I feel like this is a minus max res map. Oh, it's not. Then where on earth is the damage coming from?
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
You know what I find interesting? I find it interesting that for rares, when you hover on them, their bars stay up there. But the moment it's a unique, for some reason, the game just forgets it should have that feature. Unless, you know, of course, it's actually a boss fight or whatever. Like, that's the exception. Oh, look, he remembers now. Do I just stop running in the middle of blue fields? It feels like I can almost always expect to take huge damage from those seeds. Nope. Okay. So that's the one you choose to wilt. Okay.
I have nothing more to give.
Okay. Ow. All right, so this means you're gonna phase, right? Okay, cool. He actually did phase. I'm proud of him. He's fucked. Or not. Now he is. Dude, that wilt. That wilt is so unfair. Like, how dare you wilt? Dodge.
Can I not have a moment's respite?
I'm going to bait him over here. Broski, that's not how you get baited. You can be baited if you're just perma doing deli shit. Maybe deli isn't worth the time increase to this fight. Probably isn't, to be honest. Because I feel it's actually a substantial amount of time that they just add. Why did you have to wield, man? Why? This would have been such a good map too. Like it's still a good map, but like it would have been so much better. Sadga. RNG is so fickle. Anywho.
Sold something while you were gone.
I can't even begin to imagine just how expensive how expensive a perfect idol is for harvest if the ones I crafted are now 40 divines. Can't even begin to imagine. Each shivers are not expensive. There's no universe where they are.
Exile.
All right, give me a quick second and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. And I have water. All right. Before we go into the next map, let's see if Johan is still good. Yeah, Johan is. Give him all my gold just in case.
They are watching you from beyond this world. Can you feel them?
Ow.
Sleep now, little nightmare. I have nothing more to give.
I kind of almost forgot that this was the incandescent map. Oh god, I have Headhunter. Not that I'm complaining, but like, this is my second time being with the Headhunter mod,
This way, Exile.
and god, it's bad.
Don't let it make a mess.
What's up with all this wilting, no? Like, what's up with, like, why? Can we, like, not wilt? Thank you. Do we have haste aura or something? I know we have precision, so I guess we don't have haste. We're about to get the ring. We didn't get the ring. Was it a magic monster? Wait, why was there a delay between killing the monster and getting the ring? Such a weird delay. Oh look, this guy's almost out of T1s. Of course, the dead one comes to kill me. Did I get stunned? That looked like I got stunned. Did it not? Did you see the announcement for 3.28? Yeah, I did. March 6th is the league launch, and then the Thursday before is the reveal stream. Looking forward to it. I saw the announcement, unless there's a new one that I haven't seen. That was the last one I saw, so is there a new one?
I have nothing more to give.
Okay, good. No wilts. They will stop Frisha next Thursday. Oh yeah, Frisha was always only going to be a 3-week event, so that was the plan, and they're keeping to it. I still low-key want to get more merchant tabs, and I think I will eventually, but I think right now, between Exile Con and other things, I would rather not accrue bills if I don't have to.
Sold something while you were gone?
I'm late. Yeah, Frisha has been on for like a week now, and we kind of knew it was going to be on for a bit too. What is this guy playing? Herald of Agony, I assume. What is that meant to be? I don't know what that minion is meant to be. Broski. I meant the portal. I didn't mean to even go in here in the first place. Hmm.
Your tolerance of the intolerable is admirable.
So we see where the harvest is. Let's just go there because like there's actually we need to also find the breach so we don't miss out on a potential fortress.
I have nothing more to give.
Yeah, this is very likely a regular breach. Yeah, it is. This is one of the few situations where I actually do get blood, so hence why I went to find it. Because if it was a fortress, I'd have seen the walls from the boss area most likely. Look at how quick that filled up. What the fuck? What's that?
This way, Exile. Don't let him make a mess.
So blue, blue, purple into the yellows. I was about to say who's still alive.
We need not the fruit, just the juice. I have nothing
God damn it. Okay, so you're just iron work wallet. I hate when they're all grouped up and I click on something and it's taking me away from where I expect it to be. We still got 5k from that, and 5k is still almost a divine. So like even that really bad map that at least bad in my opinion, was still almost a divine. It is relatively very, very bad. Relatively.
Can I not have it learn its respite?
You know, next time I have a plan to wield. Oh, it's a fortress. I have zero reason to actually kill the boss in this map because I know for a fact that it's not even close. Like I just dropped an incandescent invitation. I'm nowhere near close enough for another one, so we can skip the boss for a bit.
Let's get it done. Cover me.
Surely we get the buttons right. There.
Existence is skilled.
Insta use it, so we don't have to worry about it. The coverage of summon phantasms with faster projectiles feels very, very smooth in terms of clear speed. I won't say it's like Regifalas because Regifalas do insane damage with Doriani, but I'm sure it can feel like Regifalas if you go Doriani on them as well. Though the lack of spell echo is definitely a downside.
Burn it all to the ground. Unleash destruction. Unleash. Oh, no, not here. Not now. Dreamer's will. Dreamer, protect me. I won't fail.
The reason I'm clicking the buttons is mostly because I feel it will help me kill faster, which will get me more rewards at the end. That's the only reason. I don't really need to defend. And the reason I'm clicking the defensive ones is to use them so the offensive ones show up. I don't think it's needed, and I don't think it's actually doing anything, if I'm being honest. Because I don't think it's actually going to kill any. I don't know that it does enough damage to actually kill. And I'm still mostly just relying on my summon phantasms anyways.
You did it!
So that means my blood is full, almost full.
This way, Exile.
So blue, 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 purple, 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 blue, 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 purple, and yellow, in that order. I actually think I might honestly go to get 96% chance to no wilt on my current idol sets, because I don't have to 2-mod what's left. I could just 1-mod it and that'll be cheap. So I could literally just go buy 12% instead of 10%, and then we'll get to 96. I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner, but I should have. Maybe I'll do that after this map to make even way more guaranteed that we just make more currency. But like, I also just don't feel like putting currency into the current strat when I know I'm changing it literally tomorrow or today, depending on when I finish. But like, it beats having the extra 12% chance to wilt, and I think it would actually make me a decent amount of money, unironically. Holy, 2 of them. So this one has phase, the other one will phase when he's done running around like a little kid. All right, they both phase, so I can try to do damage to both of them at the same time by positioning here. The one is dead. Second one is dead. Solid and adaptive res. What a fun combination.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Let's just make sure he runs out of souls, because that's annoying. Bitch. Bro, I need to start putting some extras, a tiny bit of extra distance between the portal
One of the
and
conic is
harvest.
Celeste. Oh, the bounces on ads too.
I'm aware. Your allies.
That's kind of so problematic. So even when I try to isolate myself, I get punished because there's ads where I was. That's
You kind of just have to
I feel like this is a really cool idea for an alt.
I do have to nerf the shit out of it to where it's not
But in like a top-down MOBA, where you can actually like react appropriately.
I agree, or make the sound cues louder so you know what exactly what's going on when it's going on, because it's very easy to miss the sound cue that's happening to even begin with before you realize, oh, where is it even happening?
Approach, challenger.
You know, but what I think about the ulti is I think it's like to counter it, you obviously need to know it's happening, which I think is a big part of the problem. It's too low-key for what it does. In a top-down move 100%, because it's kind of obvious what's happening, right? But in Deadlock, that is not the case. So I think it will get adjusted. I think the best changes for it are not numerical changes, if I'm being honest. Like, obviously nerfing the numbers is a good stopgap, but you want the ulti to be able to do damage. The problem is the things around it, and if you can solve that, which a big part of the problem, the starts, I think, is it should have been how I thought it worked before, because that was the most intuitive way in my opinion, which is if it bounces to somebody and there's no active target, it should just dissipate. That is the counter. As it bounces to you, create gap between your allies, then it stops. But the fact that it just hugs you, it's chilling on you, and then when you get to the and ally continues, it's like, okay. So that means once it starts bouncing, I literally just have to let it bounce, or isolate myself for the entirety of a team fight. That can't be right. You know. So I think, and the obvious other thing changes that'll be very helpful in that regard, aside that one, which would maybe stuff like ow, holy, that was so much damage. Anyways, maybe stuff like, what would be good for that ultimate? Making it more obvious that it's happening when it's happening. Limiting it to one bounce per target is too big of a nerf, I think. Unless they want to make that one hit giga, it would take away the identity of the hits of the skill. So I don't think that would be the play either. Reducing the number of bounces would help a lot. Making it prioritize entities that it hasn't bounced to would promote her trying to pick isolated targets. But that's an assassin playstyle that maybe it was not the goal for her. But that could be something else they do. But yeah, I do agree in its current form, it is not the greatest. Most definitely not. My room is kind of cold.
I have nothing more to give.
Okay, this is I'm used to placing the portal where it is. I don't think I've ever had this season where I've clicked the harvests to leave quite as much as this. So this is like 70 in yellow juice, probably like 1D, maybe closer to 2. So that's pushing on 10D total, bringing us back to 19, and we have 11 maps to go. This puts us halfway there.
All suffering in this world stems from your actions.
This way, Exile.
So blues were the least worth, right? But there's only 2 of them versus the 4 purples, so we start with purples.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Dude. Why would you eat my freaking yellow? Okay. Okay. Could have eaten that purple when I clicked that purple. You just have to eat the yellow.
I have nothing more to give.
All right, let's do the blue. Okay, good. You live. What are these lightning beams?
Sinclair's gun can be a nuke sometimes, eh?
What do you mean? Like if you skill gun, or do you mean like his abilities? What do you mean?
His gun, yeah.
Is it because his assistant mirrors it, or what do you mean?
I think I just mean like it just hurts, man. Like, sorry, his like abilities. Oh, yeah.
Confused me. I'm like, what do you mean by his gun doesn't do any kind of nuke like damage? I'm like, how are you so confused? Yeah, he's when he has his assistant out, he's very strong. Very strong.
I was doing some poke damage with him in Street Brawl, and that shit was just killing people I couldn't see. Like the beam.
He beam. You mean he's one? The bolts? Yeah. You better phase after this. Yeah, I think it's phased. Let me check out. Let me sell what we got from half the runs. Actually, should I even sell it? I kind of feel like keeping it until I'm done to see just, you know, how much we get. But like in terms of raw juice. But at the same time, I'm also aware that if with how volatile the price is, I should realistically just sell this now that it's as expensive as it is. Oh. I also have like a couple divines in the other juice in the boss fights. Yeah. Mm. Okay.
All in order. I'll let you know.
And then we do the same thing for this guy. 2.
All in order. I'll let you know.
50.
I'll put the word out.
So 8D from there, 2D from there. That's 10 already. And then this will be an extra 2D, giving me a sum total of 12D for half of the maps I have completed. Basically, the cluster jewel I got and some extra change on top of it. So some overall really good money. Then, I mean, with the extra 2, I end up at 21. So once I finish this set, I'll probably end up in the 30s, and then I'm going to do the big harvest swap. I wanted it to be today, but with D4 taking up some time, that didn't happen. But yeah, it means that's going to be end up being tomorrow, where we're going to be able to switch into these sets. Honestly, I could do it if I didn't want to just have like 20 scarabs up front to just blast with. But what's the point in doing it if I don't have 20 upfront scarabs to blast with, you know? So that's kind of my mindset going into this. So we're not going to rush it. I was also considering replacing these 1 mods with 12% because but I don't think I can justify spending the money. It's 2 divines. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Wait, so does that mean these are 10, 11 divines? Holy. All right, my idol setup is now expensive. Giga money. Anyways, tomorrow we're going to go into this setup. But I think that's gonna be it for today. I can't guarantee I'll have time to run maps off stream, which means if I do run maps off stream, then we're definitely going to be able to basically almost start stream with the new setup. But odds I'm not going to run maps because I don't have that much time between now and then, and I do have work and all that. So we'll run some on stream. The next half of this map will probably run tomorrow, and that will give us enough to actually go forward and do a couple maps, or maybe even up to 10 maps with Awakened Scarab, and see just how much more juice we get. Because this one has given us what, 80k yellow juice roughly in 10 maps. But I'm going to use Wealthy Exile to track exactly just how much I'm going to get from this next 10. And we'll kind of use that as a rough metric to gauge the Awakened Scarab's competition or opportunity cost, you know. So we'll see how that goes. Keep in mind, the reason we're doing that is because these maps here cost us like 5 CAPs, no, 15 CAPs rather, maybe 20 at this point. I don't know what the current, because like as of yesterday when I bought it, it was 15 CA a run, and we're getting like over a divine from it. So if we're going to be spending if we're taking that to like 1.5 divine expenses per map, then the ideal in the ideal universe, we're going to be making like 4 divines, which is way more profit per map, and it's kind of the idea we're going for here. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. Till next time, have a good night.